On early this morning from the NBA involving not one but two arrests of notable.
Rozier and Chauncey Billups has been arrested for gambling. This is kind of a crazy thing, and it's going to be probably one of the biggest black eyes in NBA history. Let's be honest here; it's not looking good so far. When it was just Javante Porter, nobody really cared. He was an end of bench guy. Now we have a head coach in Billups and former player. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's in the Hall of Fame, or he's at least close. And Terry Rozier, who is a pretty solid role player who's making $20+ million a year, which is what I just don't understand is why were these guys betting? I mean, Billups is worth $35 million and Terry Rozier makes over $20 million a year. He has been for the last few years. He's throwing $23 million away this year being arrested because the likelihood is he won't get that money because I think the Heat can argue it. It's not going to be guaranteed if he goes to jail over this situation. So let's talk about this. Earlier this morning, Shams dropped that Terry Rozier was arrested around 10 a.m. And then a little bit later, Billups also got arrested for the same gambling thing, which was all attached to the Porter gambling last year. So honestly, if I'm Malik Beasley, I'm getting out of the States right now because his time's running up. And I just don't fully understand this. At least with Porter, he was an end bench guy. He's not going to make that ton of money. So gambling on the games, maybe it was worth it for him. But somebody like Rozier or even Beasley, who is currently not been arrested yet, so Beasley has the possibility. If Rozier actually did, now obviously this is all alleged because there is no he's just been arrested. He hasn't been convicted of the crime or anything of that nature. So if he actually did this and he was betting, which to be honest, if the FBI is arresting you, there's a good solid chance that that might be the case. Why? You're making $23 million a year. Is that extra couple $100K or even possibly maybe $1 or $2 million really worth possibly going to jail? Did he really think he wasn't going to get caught? And same thing with Billups. What is this worth? Billups was making about $4 million as the head coach of the Trailblazers, and now he's arrested. He's been there for the last couple of years. So it does make some things like, some of the weird stuff that he did as the Trailblazer head coach. I did see this one time that Deni Avdija had like 37 points and one of his other better players, he took him out in a 5-point game with 3 minutes left and never put him back in. And they ended up losing that game and it's like, ooh, that looks suspicious now. And this is going to be the big backlash of this. Whenever something weird happens, people are going to be like, this is suspicious. Take a playoff riser like a Jalen Brunson. Imagine he has a really bad playoff series. Well, nobody's just going to be like, oh, well, he had a bad series. We're going to, in our back of the mind, think, is he gambling on these games? So this whole situation is going to look really bad for the NBA, and they need to get a handle on it ASAP. Honestly, they really got to figure it out. I mean, Malik Beasley's not even on a team right now, given this situation, which means I think a lot of teams think he might be guilty, and they don't want to take the chance to pay the guy, have him for like 5 games, and then him also get arrested, or it come out that he was actually doing it. Especially now that they have a couple guys in custody, it's going to be really hard for Beasley to get onto a team unless he gets acquitted of the situation. Obviously, it's not a guarantee. I mean, he has been arrested, so maybe they don't have that much information on him. But it is interesting because Rozier was not going into free agency last year. He was still on a team. They weren't going to just cut him over it. And I'm pretty sure the FBI said they stopped investigating him, which makes it interesting that this is restarted and they finally actually made the arrest. It's just kind of crazy stuff, and it's going to be a really bad black eye on the NBA overall. We're going to see if more players get found out. I'm assuming that if this is happening, there is a very solid chance that there's going to be more. It's rarely just a couple, right? There's going to be more, and I wonder if there's going to be any big names out here. Like, I made a joke earlier today about how Bradley Beal, that explains why his fall off was so hard. He's betting on himself now. But in all seriousness, there's going to possibly be a big name. And when that big name comes out, if that is the case, and if this is all true, obviously, like I said, it's all still alleged. Nobody's been convicted of anything. Just a couple people have been arrested over it. Will that cause massive outrage, massive problems? Like if a big name guy comes out and is like, yeah, they got him. I mean, right now you're talking about a coach of a bad team who was going to be a bad team no matter what. So it's not like the worst thing. And Terry Rozier and Malik Beasley possibly. Javante Porter, I mean, Two of those are role players. One of them's an end of bench guy who gets some PT, but it's not a ton, right? So nobody like crazy big right now. I mean, I think Rozier actually kind of starts, but he's not a star. He's kind of just that guy who he plays a role. He fills a role. I mean, in Charlotte, he was probably, I guess, their star when LaMelo was hurt, but still, he's not a star. And that's the thing that scares me is when or if a star gets caught out for this, and it's going to blow up big time in front of the NBA's faces. And this could be one of the worst situations for the NBA going forward. It's going to be the biggest black eye they've ever had. I mean, it happens. You know, every sport's got those black eyes. I mean, the MLB banned an entire baseball team over something like this. So we'll see how this plays out. I know a lot of people are saying this is bad because sports gambling is too easy to do now. They're not doing this on DraftKings and getting arrested. I mean, they might have done it on DraftKings, but it's not just them. They would do this without DraftKings or Prize Picks or any of those type of apps. There's illegal gambling everywhere. Let's be completely honest. So it would happen either way, but let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. If you like this type of content, please hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys.